Hi Arthur, my name is Nicole Herr. I am a freelance character animator. My recent work includes work on Guardians of the Galaxy, Open Seasons, Surf's Up, the upcoming Jungle Book, the Flash television series, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, all TV series. So lots of different things from feature film, television, to commercials. If you want to find out more about me, go to my website, www.nicoleherr.com, or you can always look me up at IMDb. Congratulations on winning the 11-Second Club for this semester. I was looking at your animation. It's really nice. I love the lighting in this. This is really, really well done.
Jamie printed me out an article from Yahoo Health. It was all about enabling. And I realized at that point, I cannot continue to support your emotional handicap.
I understand.
Let me finish, okay?
Okay.
Jamie printed me out an article
I
from...
really like this. I think that the balance between the two characters talking, I think that the balance is really good. You're controlling the audience's eye, which is huge, absolutely huge. I'd love to see them be a little bit closer together. I feel like your animation's just a little bit too much on the edge of frame. And it's, you've got this beautiful section right here in the middle that we're not really seeing your animation. So I'm having to look wide from side to side. And while on a television screen or on a computer monitor where you're looking at something really small, that's not really a big issue. But if you took this and imagine it on a 100-foot screen, now your audience is having to go and do, looking back and forth. So when you're looking at the scale, this scale, this is fine. But if you take this and you blow it up, the larger the format, the more you have to really think about the spatial aspects. And you still have to think about it here, but just a little bit more with the spatial aspects. The other thing that I'm noticing, I love the background. It almost looks like you went with a photograph, which is for the background, which is really nice. But I'm noticing, there's some cartoony stuff back there. But really good on the lighting. But one of the things that I'm noticing is that your white rabbit is being lost a little bit too much into all of this light back here. So he's getting a little bit lost in that. So if this is not a photograph that you're working with, then what you might want to do is you might want to change your lighting scheme just a little bit so that your white rabbit actually stands out from the background. And actually, I'm noticing the same sort of thing with your orangey yellow rabbit, that she's also getting a little bit lost in her environment. So it's just a little bit too much weighted color-wise to the foreground characters, also to their background. So the color's just a little bit too much even in this. So, change the color. Maybe make him a little bit more yellow, a little bit more orange or brown. Maybe make her a different color. Basically, you want to make sure that they can stand out, not get lost in their environment. All right, now, the animation. Overall, the animation's really good. It's really good. So
Jamie printed me out an article from Yahoo Health. It was all about enabling.
So looking at him, zoom over into here, looking at his dialogue, because his dialogue is really important. One of the things you've done well is you've actually used corners. A lot of animators forget that when you're having a character talk, the corners have to come in and out. And you've done that.
Jamie printed me out an article from...
But I think you can push it just a little bit more.
Jamie
printed. So certain sounds are plosive. They explode from the mouth. And those are the P's, the M's, the B's. The sounds that explode. If you put your hand in front of your mouth, you'll feel a puff of air come out. That's the explosion of the sound. So on that, like when he says Jimmy printed, I'd love to see on the P for print. Instead of just going with the jaw, Jimmy here, I know you've got the teeth in front and that's causing you an issue. But if you take the mouth and you push the corners in just a little bit more and get a little bit more of that ooh shape on the printed for the p, sound, you know, I know you got the teeth in there, but if you bring those corners in just a little bit more and start the jaw movement but keep the mouth closed, then the jaw will fill up with air, and when you explode into the print, the part of printed, the explosion, you'll get that really nice sense that you've exploded the mouth. All right? So you really get in there and you really push those plosive sounds.
Me had an article from Yahoo Health. It was all about enabling.
Enabling. On enabling. Here, sort of same thing, bring those corners in just a little bit more. And part of the problem is you've got a white rabbit with white features and all of this very lightness. I'd make him a little darker. It'll make your animation stand out just a little bit better.
And I realized at that point.
And I realize, on realize, go into the ooh for real. That contrast is huge. So you've got a character who's talking. Go for the contrast. With animation, it's all about contrast. So he goes into really.
I realized that.
Realize.
And I realized.
So here, corners in just a little bit more. Open up the jaw just a little bit more so we get a little bit more of a silhouette on that buck tooth. And then you can come into this open. I might actually make the buck tooth just a little bit shorter. Just a touch.
Plus, at that point, I cannot.
Point is the same thing. You've got it a little bit. Really push that.
I cannot continue to support your emotional handicap.
I understand.
Let me finish, okay?
Let me finish. Okay. On the okay, let's make the mouth just a little bit bigger. Okay? It's all about really listening to the sound, the volumes. All right? But overall, it's good.
Okay.
Here, I love this. She says okay. You're not really seeing much of it because the jaw is hidden behind the teeth, but you can see it in the cheeks. So push the cheeks. All right? If you have on this character cheek control, when she says okay, really push the cheek movement, because when you can't see what the mouth is doing, you have to look at all the other parts. And one of the things with animation is if something moves, everything moves. So if you're animating one thing in the mouth, but you can't really see it, you move everything around the mouth, and that makes the audience think, wow, I'm seeing this thing. All right? The other thing is she's really dejected. Listen to how she says okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's just very okay. You know, here she's looking away. I'd actually really push this. This look is, it can be really pushed. She's like, okay. You know? So really push the eyes down, have her look away, rotate her head away just a little bit more. She's like, okay. You know, and take a breath. Contrast.
Let me finish, okay?
Okay.
You're just dropping her down. So she's like, yeah, you've got the drop down part, but take a little tiny bit of a breath before she says okay. You've got the time.
Let me finish, okay?
Okay.
Because you're on her for a few seconds or a few frames before she says okay. So she's saying okay around 263, and you're on her for about 6 to 8 frames. So that's enough time to take a little tiny breath. Okay, you know, and then turn her head away. Don't just go down. Turn her away. All right, she's dejected. Listen to how she's saying it. She's like, okay, you know, maybe tilt the head a little bit, drop the ears down. I don't know what type of control you have on her ears. It looks like you've got more control on his ears than on her ears, because her ears just feel like they're pivoting from the base. But if you have control on her ears, when she says okay, you know, a little bit of an ear drop is not a bad thing. Keep it subtle. It's one of those feel it, don't see it things. Keep it subtle. All right, and tilt her head away.
Jamie printed me out an article from Yahoo Health. It was all about enabling. And I realized at that point, I cannot continue to support your emotional handicap.
I understand.
Let me finish, okay?
I like this. I'd cheat her eyes just a little bit. We're not seeing them. I'd cheat them just a little bit so you could see them. And it would be a cheat. I know she's probably really looking at him, but cheat him. Because you've got these big, beautiful eyes, but except for the eyelashes, you're not really seeing much.
Okay.
And then there, okay, turn her away.
Jamie printed me
Overall, though, this
an
is really
article.
nice. You put in a lot of really good details. You've got everything animating. The big thing that I see, is basically that, A, your characters are right on the edge of frame. It's okay to have one right on the edge of frame, but he's talking, maybe pull him over just a little bit. So he's a little bit more central. I like where she is, but bring him in a little bit closer. So that, he's not really being cut off frame, and they're not both equally away from frame. The other thing is his coloring, we're losing a lot on his coloring because he's white, all his details are white, and this highlight behind him being white, we're losing a lot of his detail. So if this is a rendered background, change the color of your light. If this is not a rendered background, change the color of your rabbit. I probably would change the color of the rabbit anyway. Make him a little bit darker, maybe more of a gray rabbit rather than a white rabbit.
I cannot continue to support your
overall,
emotional handicap.
I understand.
Let me finish, okay?
Okay.
Jamie
This is just, it's really nice. You've hit everything in here. Your interaction with the book is working really well. You've got lots of good details in here, even, down to the toe spreads on the foot. Really nice job. All right. I just, I'd love to actually be able to see the animation just a little bit more. So that means separate your characters from their background. Okay? Overall, though, really, really good job. All right? So you should be very, very proud of where you are with this. This looks really nice. So definitely keep going. Good job. And I look forward to seeing your animation in the future. It's a really good job. Congratulations again on winning the 11-second club. I can completely see why you won. The animation is really good. Okay? Good job. Keep going, and I will see you around.